a question, you can direct message Athletic Communications in the chat, and we will add you to the queue. Coach?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just a hard-fought win. Typical Big Ten game. We're physical, and a lot of things happening. You got to stay on your toes, especially against a team that has so many great shooters. So I thought our defense tonight was terrific, and one of the best players, best freshman in the country, Caitlin Clark. I thought we did a really good job of trying to keep her in front of us. And when they went into some different defenses to guard Pulliam and Burton, I thought other people stepped up, and that was really important. So kind of what to me was just a hard-fought win. Really proud of our team.
First question, Noah Kaufman.
Hey, Noah.
Coach, this is a team coming into today. You guys have beaten them just once in your past 12 times. I mean, obviously a great coaching staff, had a lot of great players come through. What was the difference today? You guys were able to outwork them down the stretch.
Is that right? I didn't know that, but hey, they're they've been really good for a long time. So we've had some great games with them. We've had some buzzer beaters, had some that hadn't gone our way, like last year. 6-point game that they blew open in the fourth quarter. And that was one of our 2 losses all year was Iowa, and Maryland was the other one. So, it's just a hard-fought game. Again, really nothing that tricky about it. Really, we just defended them at the 3. I thought probably as good as you can.
Drew Schott.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Obviously, like you said, Courtney Clark, spectacular player, averaging 27.5 points coming into this game. After the game, she scores a season-high 8 and fouls out. What was your specific strategy coming into the game to shutting down Caitlin Clark, and also kind of how do you think that worked to fruition, and kind of did anything change throughout the game?
Yeah, no, I think she is a terrific player. I watched her for a long time, and she's off to a great start. So I thought we kept her in front of us. Tried to frustrate her a little bit. When she beat one player, we had somebody else there to kind of jump and switch out. So I think we just kept running people at her, and I think that was the kind of the strategy.
Ben Chasen.
Coach, great performance from Jordan Hamilton tonight. What does it mean to have her senior leadership on the team, and also what does it mean to you and to the team to see that type of performance out of her?
Well, she is, had some injuries in her career. She had this incredible freshman year for us, and last year I thought was terrific. And I think she playing with a lot of confidence right now, shot the ball tonight with a lot of confidence. And that was important for us because, again, they decided, somebody had to step up with them kind of shading Pulliam the way they did and trying to take Burton out. And Jordan did a terrific job. That was really important for us.
Kevin Sweeney.
Yeah, hi, Coach. I wanted to ask you about Sydney Wood's performance today. She was so disruptive on the defensive end, especially when she was matched up with Clark. What did she do particularly well today that allowed you guys to have so much success?
Yeah, she is, Kevin, as you know, following these guys a little bit, Burton and Sydney Wood, and I say this all the time, I sound like a broken record, but, they love playing defense, and they came out of high school with this tremendous drive to, they take it very personal who they're guarding, who the best players are in the other team. So for Sydney, that's it's just something that she really takes personal. And, for her floor game, getting to the rim, doing rebounding, she plays, we played her at every position basically today. So she's probably the most underrated player in the Big Ten.
Kiki Higuchi.
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. We saw Lindsay Pulliam play all 40 minutes of the game, but we didn't see her have the scoring performance that she usually has. What do you think her impact was tonight on the court?
Well, the reason that we won was Lindsay being so unselfish, getting everybody involved. And, not forcing anything. And when you're a big time scorer, when you're a great player like that, you're going to go through possessions and defensive schemes that are geared to stop you. And she handled that really well. I thought she played both ends of the floor, made great decisions, and found her teammates because she was going to get double teamed or not able to get the ball. So really proud of her tonight. And she's going to have nights where I've seen her do it. She's going to drop 30, but other nights she can be the best player on the floor just by her presence. And that was important tonight.
Drew shot.
Hey, Coach, you've spoken a lot earlier in the season about players who have stepped up on offense, but specifically with tonight's defensive performance, who have you seen the most on your team kind of step up to take up the defensive mantle this season?
Yeah, I think it's been a team effort, but like I thought Kale Rainey gave us good minutes. Lauren Satterwhite hit a big three for us, and they're trying to get their feet under them because they're kind of in and out, but they really helped us. And Paige Mott, kind of coming in for Shaw and being physical, and so all those guys I think really helped us defensively. And you're going to see we've gotten great contributions from Leah Hartman in the Big Ten so far. I think all those guys, they're not going to score 20 points, but they help you win, and so it's kind of a collective effort.
Kevin Sweeney.
Hey, Coach, I don't know if you can see it, but we're out here on the court, and Lindsay, who just finished playing 40 minutes, is setting up the shooting machine to get in some extra work. What does it say about her and her leadership to be out here seemingly ready to work even more after a 40-minute win like that?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about curfew, right? She's just getting home safe. No, she's a junkie and a gym rat, and I think just really proud of her. She's one of the great leaders we've ever had here at Northwestern, and I think in the 13 years I've been here, just as a just the example she sets. Okay.
Jack Leto.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for staying up late. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's early for me, Jack. I don't sleep.
Equate every superstar in the Big Ten, but as you know, there are a lot of Big Ten players that can really fill it up. What did you learn about guarding Caitlin Clark and shutting her down that you can kind of pass on to other games in the future? Something maybe that went different than when you were facing up against someone like Naz Hillman. Well,
different players, different. I think the one thing with Clark, as a guard and really a scoring point guard, like Veronica too, it's hard to stop them from getting the ball 90 feet away. So she had the ball a lot. I just thought we did a good job on her coming up the court, and that was the important thing. And yeah, you're right. There's a lot of great players in our league, and each week we're going to see them. But we feel this was a good week for us. We needed to get back, on a little win streak and trying to play 2-game tournaments, with each week. So that's kind of how we're breaking it down.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay.
Questions for Veronica, you can message Athletic Communications if you have a question. First question, Noah Kaufman.
Hey, Veronica, defensively, you guys limited Iowa to 15 fewer points than they'd scored on anybody else all season long. Took away Caitlin Clark completely. What was the key on the defensive end for you guys?
Definitely. I mean, you kind of said it yourself. Caitlin Clark was she's an amazing player, and she's someone that we kind of keyed in on. But I think most importantly, we took away their 3-point, like what they love to do, and that's shoot threes. And so we really were able to minimize those, and I think that really helped us ultimately at the end of the day, because that's what Iowa does. They have so many shooters on their team, and sometimes Blizz can get spread out. But I think we definitely did a good job just kind of maintaining that pressure and just kind of sticking to the scout and doing what we need to do. And again, we keyed in on Clark a lot, and I think but a lot of different players step up and just kind of give her a different pressure from all different angles. So.
Questions for Veronica, please message the chat if you have a question. Ben Chasen.
Hi. Jordan had a great night tonight. Can you just talk about her as a teammate, as a leader on this team, and what it felt like seeing her have that type of performance tonight?
Definitely. I think Jordan's been a leader each and every year as she's been here, and that I've been able to play with her on and off the court. I think people just kind of drift towards her just because she's definitely a lovable person on the court and off, but she's also a tremendous basketball player. And I think she's not only good at one thing, she really has the ability to score on all 3 levels. So, and she's shifty and she's crafty, and when she gets going, she's hard to stop. And I've seen it in practice every day. So definitely very happy for her just to kind of get in that rhythm, but it's no surprise to any of us what she did out there. We all know what she's capable of, and really excited for her, and just glad she could show what she could do out there.
Go ahead, Noah.
Veronica, the 3-point shooting has been something for you guys that's been a bit up and down this season, and you and Jordan come out at the start of the game and hit a couple big threes to get the team going. How important is that 3-point shooting for your backcourt in particular to get the rest of the team moving and going on both ends of the floor?
Definitely. When we're able to hit from the outside, it just really spreads the floor way more for us. It opens up driving lanes, and just like when people sink in, that's what we love. We love to drive and dish, and so just kind of being able to hit those threes tonight, which we've kind of been struggling with, as you said, throughout the year. So just kind of, it spreads them out, and the defense they're playing triangle and 2, when we have other players that are hitting those threes, they have to make adjustments. And so I think having Jordan hitting those shots and having Lauren come off the bench, hit that 3, it just makes them like have to readjust. And again, it just spreads our floor and gives us momentum.
Drew Schott.
Hey, Veronica, linking to the last question, obviously the offense played great tonight from behind the arc and on the field, and then defensively, obviously the team shuts down Caitlin Clark and holds a team that averages 92 points to 67. How important was it, especially after the losses to Michigan and Nebraska, that Northwestern was able to play a complete game kind of heading into the brunt of the Big Ten season?
Definitely huge for us. I think those losses definitely just kind of a wake-up call for us. I mean, we're a very hardworking team, but I think just we really had to look in and figure out what we're doing wrong, what needs work, and what needs adjustments. So I feel like the Nebraska one, obviously a tough loss, and then Michigan, just kind of nothing really went our way in either of those games that we expected. So just kind of we had to take a step back, look into what we needed to do, and whether that was increase our offensive percentages from all around the floor. Just key in on defense. I think we take a lot of pride in our defense, and sometimes, at least in the Michigan game, like we were kind of getting exposed in places that we don't usually do that. So we just kind of stuck to what we needed to do and what we do best, and I think that really showed today, and it was huge for us.
Kiki Higuchi.
Speaking of those 2 losses, how did the team's mentality bounce back from those losses? Like, what did you guys say to each other to work up to these 2 wins that you guys found in the last 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we know great teams they face obstacles at times too, and we have a target on our back just given our success last year. So we just we didn't point fingers, we didn't get too down, we just really locked in, and we realized, okay, like we have things that we need to work on and we have things that we need to address. So like, let's figure those out. We went to film, went to scouts, and we just looked into our practices, our practice plans, and our playbook and all that different stuff, and we just kind of keyed in on what we needed to work on. So I think our chemistry, just kind of the momentum on our side, just got up the momentum on our side and just talked about what we needed to do. And we knew we weren't out of it. Like we didn't get too down. We didn't think oh, like we're screwed, we're bad this year, anything like that. It was just we kind of keyed back in and did what we needed to do.
Noah?
Veronica, looking back at the second quarter, you get that second foul call and that really tough, block charge situation with Clark. And then you go the rest of the game after you came back in without getting called for another foul. How did you change your mentality in that moment and keep yourself contributing to the game without, putting yourself in foul trouble and hurting your team?
Definitely. I definitely just kind of had to be smarter. I mean, obviously it was a tough call, but at the end of the day, can't be putting myself in positions to kind of get a 50-50 call going my way. So just kind of, again, I wanted to stay aggressive. I don't really like to play defense, just kind of halfway or not be aggressive. So just kind of having that mindset of being aggressive, but at the end of the day, being smarter and just kind of not putting myself in a position where the ref may or may not make that call. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vic.
Yep. Hello.
All right, we'll go right into questions for Jordan. First question, Ben Chasen.
Jordan, you had a season high scoring night. What went well for you both defensively and offensively, and how can you maintain that going forward?
Just some of the things we talked about going into this game is keeping our pace, making sure that it didn't turn into a run and gun situation and that we were just playing at Northwestern's level of speed. So for me, just making sure that I was being poised on defense, whether that be bumping down quickly in our defense or just closing out to shooters because they have a lot of those. And in terms of offense, just being comfortable. They left me open a lot, so my teammates were really good at finding me and just having the confidence to knock the shot down.
Noah Kaufman.
Hey, Jordan. Offensively, you were making those shots early. They were leaving you open a lot. And is that something, I obviously focused a lot of their defense on Lindsay, not letting her get her looks, and they were really keying on Veronica early on as well. Is that something you take as a point of pride, being like, they're going to leave me open and guard those other two, I'm going to knock down my shots?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been going on not the best shooting record this year, but I mean, I know that I'm very capable of making those shots. I've always known that. I've been in the gym constantly just trying to see what it is about my shot that's just not making it work in games. But just taking that time to be consistent in practice and, taking advice from people really gave me that confidence actually to just go out and not think, just shoot the basketball, knowing that I was able to shoot the basketball. So when they were in their they were basically face guarding with two people, just knowing that I was open, it gave me that extra boost to know that this is my time to do what the team needs me to do.
Kiki Higuchi.
So you talked about your teammates telling you to have the confidence to take that shot, and you talked about Lindsay and Veronica being face guard and you being open. What do you think Lindsay's impact was tonight on the floor where she played all 40 minutes?
Oh, tremendous impact. I mean, she had a lot of things that don't always show up in the stat book. By occupying two people and by people being so heavily fixated on her, it opened the floor up so much for the rest of us. And when she did get the ball, they were so heavily worried about where she was, what she was doing, that we were able to make smart plays and, dive to the basket, feed off of her. And she just gave great energy. Her attitude is always good. And it was just something that we were all able to feed off of.
Noah.
Jordan, last week you guys had the two really tough losses, the close one against Nebraska and then getting, that bad first half against Michigan. As a senior leader on this team, what was the sort of mindset and the approach that you had, along with maybe Lindsay and some of the other leaders, to say here's what we're gonna fix, here's what we're gonna change, and make it different going into next week?
Last week we did not play our best basketball, and we know that. We laid an egg with Nebraska, and we were all very, very upset about that. And we just wanted to make sure going into these next few games, the rest of the season really, that we don't come out feeling that way again. So, just coming out tonight, we had the mentality of one game at a time, just kind of letting go of those other ones, but not necessarily forgetting them, because they've kind of molded our attitude as we approach the rest of the Big Ten season. And just knowing that we're better than that. So just that's even how we translate from practice into the game, just, in practice going hard, making sure that everything is precise and neat so that we look good in the games as well.
Drew, shot.
Hey, Jordan, obviously a stellar defensive performance from you and your teammates tonight, holding an offense that usually scores 92 points to 67. How important is a defensive performance like this, especially heading into the brunt of the Big Ten schedule, and kind of what does it do to the confidence and mentality of this team?
I mean, we pride ourselves on our defense. Being able to get people out of what they're doing is our entire goal coming into every single game. We have keys on our scouting report, and a lot of those keys are rebound, hold their, every team has two really good players, holding those people below their normal scoring limit, just frustrating people. And that's just kind of what we pride ourselves on. And it seems to be paying off. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan.
No problem. See you guys.